and welcome to this video on how to upgrade an old text callback server to the new 10.1 SP2 web callback. Here we have the old version of web callback. The CTI server is running the text callback PBX. The system setup has callback PBX added and configured, and there are queues added to the callback PBX. The old web callback is installed on a Windows 2016 server using an Apache web server and the Tomcat web applications for web callbacks. Contact us. And here we have the familiar web callback form from 2002, some time ago. Easy to look at, easy to install, as we all know, and completely outdated. The new web callback can be installed on the same server. There are no conflicts, as each application uses different protocols and services to establish the web callback and display the status. So, upgrading to the CC Web Callback SP2. This is not an upgrade, it is essentially a fresh installation using the CC Auxiliary Services MSI. Now onto the installation. Locate the latest 10.1 SP2 and obtain the Auxiliary Services MSI. Copy it to your server or run it from the install program. And here we have the application menu tree. Select Web Chat and Web Callback. Press the Next button, Next again, and it goes through and it'll look for the CTI server. If it doesn't automatically find it, then you need to enter it in manually. And then test the connection. All good to go. Select Next and proceed with the install. It will go through and it installs everything that it needs, installs itself as a service, and it will set itself to run. And we're finished. So just go and have a look at the services. We have the CTI Auxiliary Services, and if we do a refresh, we can see that they are running and it's all good to go. Change back to the CTI server, and in the application manager now we have the auxiliary services which has just been installed. Right mouse click, start the application. Takes a few seconds and now we're up and running, and we now have a fully functioning web callback service installed on the auxiliary services. If need be, right mouse click, go to configure application, select the auto start, save, and it's all good to go now. And that is it. There is nothing more that is needed to get it running. There is no more configuration changes anywhere. Right, now to testing web callback. Go to the auxiliary services and navigate to the web chat samples page. This is the familiar one which was used when web chat is installed. We now have web callback samples. Enter the name of the queue, apply, and then press default samples. We now open up to the request new callback page, and this is where you enter in email, name, company, the full telephone number, and a message. And at the bottom you have the option to request the callback at a later date and time. So we enter an email address, name is optional, but we shall put one in. Company is optional. Phone number is not optional for obvious reasons. So we just select the country code, the area code, and the local phone number. Enter in a message because this is a text callback. And if we need to, we can select a future date and time. Otherwise, just hit the call me button and we now have a callback lodged. What is presented now is the status of the callback. So we are position number 2 in the queue. The queue does have an announcement, and if we have a look at the options down the bottom, it is pending. So we flick back to the CTI server, click on the calls view for the text callback, and we can see that there are two callbacks offering. This is the one we just installed, and away it goes. If the caller decides to cancel it, they can just click this button and it will go and cancel the callback. So now when we have a look at all of the statuses, we can see that the caller has cancelled the callback and it is now complete. Reverting back to the CTI server, the callback that we just lodged is now in the idle state and it will eventually disappear from the system. The other option on the samples page is the callback status page, and this is used to find out what the status is of a already lodged callback. So what we'll do is we'll just create another callback and we'll put in that, put some details in it. And we'll lodge the callback. And so we've got one now and it's lodged, ready to go. So we close this page off and we go through and we go to the web messaging sam. Go down to the menu option in the web callback samples is the callback status page. Click that and it will take us to the option to enter in an email address. Click the Find Callback buttons and there is the status of the callback that was lodged using that email address. And that, viewers, is how you install web callback into an existing system. Thank you very much.